Well, hello, everybody. How are you guys doing?
Good, Robert. How are you?
I am a bit under the weather, as you can hear on my voice today, so I do apologize. My biggest asset, my voice is going, and as I talk throughout the day, it's getting worse. I've been sipping some hot tea here in between,
Gotcha.
try to help. So
It's that time of year. So
it is that time of year for sure. I seem like I get one cold a year, and it's usually right about this time. So anyway, I do apologize in advance for my voice. Those of you that are joining, welcome. It's great to see you. If it's your first time on the call, my name is Robert. I'm one of the coaches here at Lasso. I also head up the sales training department, and this is my favorite thing to do is help and coach you guys through your sales process. On these calls, the better the calls are is the more you participate, the better the calls are, right? So if you can, we'd love to have your cameras on. We'd love to have you participate because really the purpose of these calls is to kind of listen to you guys and see what's been going on in your gyms, where you've been getting hung up in the process. Because if we can convert more clients, right, we can grow our business. So usually every week I come with just one thing that I like to discuss kind of at the beginning of every call and then go from there. But this week, I have a couple of repeats on, and I'd really just like to open up the floor today. At first, just kind of go around the room and see if there's anybody who has got something that they've really been wanting to chat about since the last time we talked. And Matt, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna start with you, Matt. Matt, you're muted.
hey,
There you
Rob, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, you could put me on the spot.
Love
These
it.
calls always happen when I'm about to go pick my son up from kindergarten, so I was transferring it to my car. But go ahead. So you wanted to know if we had any questions?
Yeah, man. Is there anything that's really been hanging you up recently that you'd love to discuss or roundtable today?
Well, here's some kind of things that we're dealing with. So we make tons of cold calls. I'm gonna call them warm because they did opt in, right? And at a certain point, we're leaving voicemails and voicemails and voicemails. We're relentless with it.
Mhm.
But is there another intervention strategy when you're on call 12 to be like, should the message change so dramatically? Or is there a text message intervention that's not automated, that's personal? It's like, I want to grab their attention. I just need a response. And
Yeah.
and they're not blocking my number. So guess what? They want to talk, but just not right now. And it's kind of like, well, what's the workflow there? Like, what should the messaging be like to be like, I just want a response?
Yeah, absolutely. So like are a lot of your like messages, like, hey, it's Matt, just wanted to follow up. Haven't heard from you. Just wanted to see if you're interested in coming down, check out the gym. Are voicemails very similar to that?
They are, and they do change. They change as I'm getting a call 9 and 12. It's like, hey Mary, it's Matt from CrossFit Newtown. I'm following up because you did have interest in our gym at one time, and I'm just trying to figure out, have things changed? And if they haven't, I would love the opportunity for you to come in, come check out our gym, and come see how we help thousands of people change their lives. And then really, I'm just saying, just give me a call back, the number I called you from, or just shoot me a text, and we'll get you on our calendar as soon as possible. Looking forward to hearing from you. Have a fantastic day. And like,
Yeah.
so they will change a little bit as we go. But again, some of the people we're getting nothing back from.
hmm The people that you leave voicemails for, do they ever call you back? Or is it just for your processes is that you're hoping to get them on the phone and those are the people that you'll usually get to come in?
If I get them on the phone, there's an 80% chance that I'm getting them to come in for a membership consultation.
Mhm.
And some, I would say, the ones that do call back, it means they're interested right now. Those are usually our fresher leads that come in. But the ones that have been there for a while, that have been hanging on for 21 days, 30 something days, those are the
Mhm.
ones that are like, hey, listen, I'm going to call you every other day. Just block my number.
Yeah, Chad brought it. He said people still check voicemails with a question mark exclamation point, right? Look, I mean, listen, everybody's different, right, in their process. Here's my take on it, right? I'm gonna give you my 2024 take on phone calls and voice messages, right? Bro, honestly, if I don't know you from anybody, you call my phone, regardless of what I thought I opted in or what I did opt into. If I don't know your phone number and you don't come up in my phone, it's gonna go straight to voicemail, right? You leave the voicemail. Does everybody have the transcription voicemail? Right? I see the voicemail, I see it, and it gets deleted. I delete it through, right? I delete it through. So what you're asking is really like, is there something that I can do that's a little more catchy to like evoke a response? And the answer is yes, absolutely. Okay. And if you've been on some of my other calls, or you've been here where I've talked about presenting ourselves as experts rather than salespeople, right? You have the way that I look at the process is very simple. I've put an advertisement out. You saw my advertisement, which is like a sign for my business. I put that sign out, and you saw that sign and you voluntarily gave me your information because you were interested in getting more information from me, the expert, right? So here's my thought process. So why should I have to beg you? Why should I have to beg you to come down to do what you had said you wanted to do in the first place, right? So what I like to do when I get to like the end of my messaging cycle is I kind of like to leave one of these matter of fact messages. I'm more of a texter than I am a phone call, leave a voicemail guy. But like my text message is very, very simple and to the point. You know, it's like, hey, Matt, it's Robert from Outfit Orlando. A week ago, you opted in because you were interested in hitting some fitness goals. I've been trying to reach you, but I can't help you unless you get on a phone call with me or come down to the gym. Where do we go from here? See what I did there? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And say, I'm just following up, right? Those are like hot buttons, like just following up, you know, or hey, I would love for you to come down. Well, of course you would, right? But me, I'm just more of like a matter of fact. Let me put it in your face. Hey, Matt, you reached out to me. I've been trying to get a hold of you. You know, where do we go from here? I need you to get on a call, or I need you to do this. Where do we go from here? A follow up to that would be, hey, tell me at least you joined somewhere else and that you're on your way. And then maybe a final will be like, hey, just going to clear this off. Are you, still interested? So I try to keep it very matter of fact, very short and sweet. And for me, I hit hard on the first 7 days. After that, they're probably kicking the can down the road.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, I think like trying to keep it short and sweet, but kind of just putting what we do really best is holding a mirror up to them, right? Like, let's just be matter of fact about it. Hey, you called me, you reached out to me. I tried to call you.
Robert, I think your sound is off.
Is my sound off? Can you hear me?
I can't hear anything, but I can see you moving.
Everybody else can hear me? Thumbs up. It's me. It's you, Matt. It's not me. It's you.
I still can't. I can't hear a word. Can anyone else hear?
Yeah.
You can hear him?
Yeah.
All right. I can't hear anything now.
Maybe go off the call for a second and pop back in.
Can you hear me now, Matt? Matt?
Let me try to leave and come back in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave and come back in.
Oh, yeah. But you guys understand what I'm trying to go with there, right? It's like, look, we're the fitness experts. We're the professionals. You're coming to us. You've opted into our advertising. We're trying to get you to take the steps that are necessary in order to get you to get the best information that will lead to you getting a tremendous result, right? But if you're unwilling to get on a phone call or unwilling to start the process, what's next, right? And then usually that follow-up is, hey, I'm going to go ahead and clear this off my schedule. At least tell me that you've gone somewhere else. These often do get responses from me. I do send these though via text message, if we're being clear here, guys. Just like I said, going back to my original, if you call me, I'm not answering an unknown call. I just don't do it. I send it straight to voicemail. If you leave me a voicemail, I'm going to delete it. So I'm more of a let's text to get into a call, right? Like if you're conversive, if you're interested, hey, great, let's get on a call rather than, try to just, there he is, he's back. Matt, you got us now?
Perfect.
No, man, awesome. All right, great. But Matt, where I was just finishing up with that was just like, hey, man, like position yourself as the expert. Just hold that mirror right back up to him. Hey, you reached out to me. This is my process. Which step are you willing to take? And if not, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Do you think that
Leave
would
it
be helpful?
I absolutely think that leaving it, because I think I'm pretty decent at extending conversations on the phone. I need to be better extending conversations via text message.
Absolutely. And you'd be
Mhm.
surprised. I have a text message that I use that I've kind of thrown into my automations, which is really cool. It's the second day.
Mhm.
So the automation goes, hey, is this Matt? Yeah, Matt. So
Yeah.
I'm interested in some fitness goals, blah blah blah. And then the call could go, the conversation could stop there. A lot of conversations actually stop there. Or maybe they say, I'm interested in personal training, and then you say, hey, great, I would love to hop on a quick phone call with you. Are you available today or tomorrow? Right. And then the conversation goes dead, and then there's a second day follow-up text, right, where you says, like, just checking the calendar, did you find a time that's more convenient? I replaced that with this one. Ready? Hey, I forgot, did we book an appointment yesterday? I like make myself seem like a goof, like I totally forgot, we were chatting yesterday, did we make an appointment to talk? You know how many responses I get from that? I get a lot.
Mhm.
They're like,
Okay.
no, we didn't actually. Great, can we hop on a call this afternoon? Yeah, I
I
just
like that.
yeah, like the bumbling idiot. Like, hey, I forgot, did we make an appointment? Yeah, it works. It really does work.
Absolutely. I'm gonna change my automation on that. I like that.
Yeah, it's a really good one. I definitely get a lot of responses from that. And
Mhm.
as because it picks the conversation back up more naturally.
Mhm.
It also, again, it makes me seem, look, I like to create scarcity, makes me look like I'm busy. Like, hey man, I totally forgot. Did we make that appointment? Okay, no, we didn't. Shoot. Let's jump on a call this afternoon then. I'm happy to help you out.
Mhm.
Right?
Excellent. I love that. Yep.
Awesome. Well, I hope that's helpful.
It's very.
Yeah. Eli, what's going on, man?
What's going on? I'm just kind of soaking in whatever you had today. Things are going well at the gym. We've acquired like 25 new members in the last month, and before that was like 6.
That's
So
amazing.
I know.
That's amazing. What's changed in your process since joining Lasso?
Uh, just the fact that we have that, you got your communication team working with us, and then yeah, I think that's just helped people to see us as an opportunity, and then yeah, my brother and I are teaming up here at this gym, and just feel like people have been receptive
That's
to
amazing. That's
hopping
great.
in. So
That's great, man. Well, congratulations. You're off to a great start, Eli. I'm glad that you're finding all the stuff that we're doing here helpful. So that's great. And yes, keep absorbing. And if you hear anything throughout the call today, feel free to jump in.
okay,
Stephanie,
appreciate it.
next. Stephanie, what's going on?
Hi there. So this is my first call.
Welcome.
Thank you. And I'm not the gym owner. I am one of the coaches who is helping the owner kind of, he just started some paid ads actually yesterday.
Okay.
So we're very new to this process, and he was unable to hop on the call today. So I'm here.
Stephanie, which gym are you from?
CrossFit Lou in Syracuse.
Okay. Welcome CrossFit. Welcome Syracuse. All right. How's it going?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, good. So I'm really here. I didn't even know really what the topic was going to be on these calls, but here to learn. Like I said, the ads just went live yesterday, and we already so Pat Comeray, he's the owner. He and I have already been receiving some text messages about leads and people who filled out the form. So we're very new to the process.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, there's a gentleman named Paul who responds to
Yep.
the
Your
messages.
VA. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So that's kind of where we're at. I mean, brand new here to the process.
Awesome. Do you guys ever feel like I'm just gonna open it up to the group, right? Those of you with the VA service, right? Do you guys ever struggle with hey, when is a good time to jump in to the conversation? Should you ever jump into the conversation? Is there any questions about any of that you guys have recently? No. All right, well, that's good, because I definitely never want you guys to feel any confusion in that flow. But you know what? I think that Matt, I think that one of the things that you did, I think you helped us out here with a good topic for today, right? And that is messaging. It is something that we talk about all the time with you guys. And I think that we'll take a little bit of what we just said, and we'll bring it into a lesson today. So when it comes to messaging, right, one of the biggest like we'll go over do's and don'ts, right? So one of the biggest things that we want to make sure that we do with messaging is we want to be responsive, right? So if you're using the VAs or not using the VAs, it doesn't matter. If you have the VA service, you know the hours that they're working, they should be responding to those leads for you very, very quickly. Outside of those working hours, it is on you to be the person who is responding. So make sure that within your building, if you're the only person, well, then that should be easy. You should be able to know who's responding. If it's not, if there's multiple people, a great tip to have is to have a schedule. Know who's responding to leads in those windows. And if you don't have VAs, then you should have a full schedule, right? You should know exactly what your working hours are and what your response time should be. Okay. I will tell you that for my gym, typically I respond to leads between the hours of 7 and 7 or 8 and 8, depending on the day. That's weekdays. On the weekends, I respond to leads between 8 and 12. And then on Sundays, as I feel, right? Because Sundays, you got to have a day off, right? But I think that those are typically really good opportunities and windows for you to respond to leads. I don't want to see you guys responding to messages at 11 o'clock at night, and be very weary of that, right? So, I mean, for us mostly, and you should have all of your automations set so that they do not auto respond after those hours. And so you can always check that in your settings by going to your workflow, opening up the workflow, and then going to the settings, and it will show you when you're responding. So that's really important to, number one, make sure that you're responding to leads within that time frame as quickly as possible, right? The second thing is that we want to make sure that we're responding short and sweet, right? You want to be short and sweet with your responses. I find that most gym owners, especially in the beginning of this process, just and especially for some gyms you haven't had anybody new to talk to in a while, it's like, oh my God, well, I got all these new leads to talk to. Let me just tell them everything. I'm texting them 2 paragraphs about our gym and our classes and about our equipment and the timings. And no, okay, no. We want to be very, very short and sweet with our responses. We want to keep it to 2 to 3 sentences because remember, our goal, most of us, right? Our goal is to get that person to come and sit in front of us, correct? That is our every lead. We want you to come down. We want you to come down to the gym. We want to pull you into the office. We want to sit down. We want to go through a no sweat intro or a consultation or whatever you call it. If you're a Mad Gym, we want you to do a free trial class. So our goal is to get you to just come into the gym, okay? I always say this on all of my calls. We're one of the few categories of health and fitness that our customers come to us thinking that they know what they need, what they want, how they want it, when they want it, what it should cost, and how it should be delivered. They think they know it all. Right. And so when they come to us, they think that they're asking the correct questions that they need in order to make a decision on whether they should join your gym or not. Right. And what are the only 2 questions you ever really get asked? Tell me about your classes and times, and how much does it cost? Right. Class times and cost. But we talk about this all the time in these calls. The reason why these people have come to us in the first place is because they're unhappy with their health and wellness. And they're unhappy with their health and wellness because they lack typically consistency and accountability over a period of time long enough to actually show them a result. And in that, there's also a lack of prioritization, right? And self-awareness because they're unaware of the problem. So they think that, oh, here's a new gym. They think that jumping program to program, that one day they're going to find the be all end all definitive program that's going to actually get them to get to the place that they want to. But really, they need to change inside. They have to change their mindset and they have to change what their thoughts are and their approaches to fitness, right? Our job is to kind of get them to come sit across from us so that we can ask the right questions to get them to realize that, hey, I have not been doing the things that I'm supposed to do consistently enough to get a result. And that's why I'm in the place that I am. And this guy, this lady, this person is actually willing to ask me the right questions and then show me a way to get there. And that's where we make our money, guys. So going back to the text messaging, if we start giving everybody all the information that they need via text message, they're not going to come. Right? They're going to make their own decision already. And I think I talked to Chad about this last week. I truly believe that there are people who opt into these ads and call or converse with you because they're looking for a reason not to do it. But they could say to themselves, well, I tried, but the classes didn't fit my schedule, or that was out of my budget. Yeah, I tried. You know, but that's not, but we all know that that's not the reason, right? So we have to show them the way. So when we're messaging and people start asking us questions, we've got to be really short, sweet, and poignant with our response. We have to appear to be busy, and we have to just try to get them to take the action step that we need them to take, right? For some gyms, it's a phone call. For other gyms, it's just to come down for that consult, right? So how do we do that? And I think, Matt, that was your biggest point in what you made earlier, right? It's like, hey, how do I get these people to take that action step? How do I get some sort of response to get them to come down and take that action, right? And so let's talk about the conversive people first, because those are the easiest ones, right? How many of you get on a regular basis, you know, hey, is it Jill, blah, blah, what are you interested? Well, it all depends on the price. Anybody ever get that response, right? All depends on how much it's going to cost. Okay. So let me see. Chad, I'm going to put you on the spot, Chad. Chad, when somebody says to you via text message, when they get that response, they say, are you interested in group fitness or personal training? I don't know. It all depends on cost. Chad, what's your response? Chad. Oh, my signal is trash. All right, Amanda, I'm coming to you. Amanda, what's your response?
So, sorry, trying to get my video up. So
Great.
I would ask them what their goals are and then target the conversation around what their specific goals are, whether we talk about the personal training packages or group fitness. And then we like to work in a reverse order of, okay, here's the highest tier of personal training plus nutrition. Okay, here's your next tier down with like half-hour sessions plus nutrition. All right, then we're going to get into group fitness plus nutrition and kind of like stair step it down until they start to show some interest in that price point.
You do this all via text message?
No, that's once we get them in the door.
Oh yeah, no, let's back it up. But that sounds great. Well, let's back it up, right? So the
Got
text
it.
message, right? We're gonna go all the way. We're just gonna start from the baby phase, right? So somebody gets that text message. All right, they just opted in. Hey, you know, just saw you were interested in hitting some fitness goals. Are you interested in personal training, group fitness? You know, and they say, I don't know. It all depends on how much this is gonna cost. What's your response?
So I would say, well, how about you come in and let's work through our offerings and you can see the gym space and come in and check it out and see if it's going to be a good fit for you.
I'm not sure I'm really budget friendly. Can you just at least give me a price first?
So, I mean, it depends on your goals and we'd really like to get you in here so that you can see the facility and see what your value is going to be.
Yeah, see, these are tough, right? These are tough. And I love putting you guys on the spotlight. It's Paolo. What did Paolo say? Paolo said, I would say, how important is your health? Oh, I like that, right? A little gut push, right? Paola's vicious. She goes right in for it. I love it. Anybody else got anything else that they would say? Hey, I don't know. It just depends on price. Anybody else got something they want to share?
Hey, I'm not turning my video on because I just got done working out.
That's fine, Sarah.
I would turn it back on them and say, well, the price is going to vary depending on what you want.
Sarah, that's a really good one. That's a really good one. And I love that. Okay. I think there's a lot of really good options here, guys. And I love the way that, and I love some of the responses. I want you to think about it in this context, right? Remember, I want you to go back to my rudimentary, and I've done this with you guys so many times, but I'm going to do it again. I got some new people on the call, so I'm going to let me see what I have later. I just use my coffee mug. All right, Eli, for your first call. So I'm going to put you on the spot. Eli, this is a coffee mug. I would like to sell you this coffee mug today. This coffee mug, I would like to sell you for the price of $399.99. Would you like to buy this coffee mug from me?
That's a bit too expensive.
But it's got BB-8 on it. BB-8? You don't like BB-8? $3.99. You don't think a BB-8? It's not worth $3.99, huh?
What's special about it?
Well, Eli, let me ask you a question now. Eli, is there something going on in your life that you're struggling with right now? or a problem that you'd really like to have solved, whether it's personally or professionally? Is there something like that going on?
Yeah.
Would you like to share with the group? Come on, Clive. Share it with us.
Wait, I'm trying to understand exactly what you're.
Is there anything, do you have any problem right now, a problem or a struggle, whether personally or professionally, that you would love to have solved?
I would love to have. How to have a little bit more sleep.
This is perfect. Eli, listen, here's the thing about this coffee mug. I didn't tell you about its powers, right? So here's what you do. What you're going to do with this coffee mug is this is a special coffee mug. You're going to pour some water into this coffee mug and you're going to drink from it. And as soon as you drink from this coffee mug, you are going to instantly get all the sleep that you've ever needed. But not just that, while you sleep, all the tasks that you needed to get done will be done for you, and you will wake up refreshed with all of your tasks done and ready to face the day. Eli, this mug is $3.99. Would you like to buy it?
I'm more intrigued.
Absolutely, right? And so that is my always my rudimentary example of, in the absence of value, prices always. Okay, so now let's go back to what we're always talking about when it comes to our leads, right? People think that they know what they're talking about when they are approaching us. That's why they ask us about classes and pricing, because they think they understand what it is that we do. But you have to take a step back and you have to remember that the general public, when they think of a fitness program, they think of what they see and hear more than anything else. Planet Fitness, Crunch Fitness, LA Fitness. That's what they think. That's what they think we are. Then when they think that, they think $15, $29, $39 a month. And they think, and they know, when those prices include classes and amenities and all kinds of things. So why would they pay us $200 for something they could go to Crunch Fitness and do? Well, we're not Les Mills Body Pump, right? We know the difference between us and them, but they don't. They don't. And so that's why I wanted to do this example before I shared with you guys some better approaches to response. Because here's what we want. I know a lot of us, right? We want to guide them into a conversation that is not based on price, right? We also want to be very mindful of the fact that if we do end up giving them the price, they're not going to come back, because once you give them a price via text message, you're essentially selling them a $399 coffee mug. They're going to immediately say it's too expensive, unless they outright say to you, hey, I'm an avid CrossFitter. Hey, I've done Orange Theory F45 before. Could you just tell me my price? All right, well, they understand that, right? They understand the pricing structures. But still, even then, you still want to have a conversation with these folks, right? So typically what I'll do with somebody like this, like, hey, it all depends on price. So the first thing that I'm going to say is, you know what? I understand that. Make them know that you understand what they're saying, right? I understand that price is always an issue, right? I totally get it. I have multiple memberships and options based on getting you results. My process is simple. Let's hop on a quick call. I can answer your questions. And if we're a good fit, I'll invite you down to see the gym. I'll listen to what you have to say. I'll do an assessment based on what you tell me and what I see. I'll give you a couple of recommendations with prices associated. And if they work, great. And if they don't, I'll refer you somewhere else. Do you have time to hop on a call later today? Okay. That's what I said. I was a little long-winded. I try to keep that in like 3 sentences if I can, right? Just 3 quick sentences. Like, hey, I get it. I have a bunch of different options and prices that are available for you. Can we hop on a quick call and I can answer those questions for you directly, right? Boom. Can you get on a call this afternoon or tomorrow? If you can't, I mean, again, now we're in that text message phase, like, hey, you reached out to me. I'm trying to hop on a call. If you're not, where do we go from here, right? Now, what if somebody continues to push? Listen, I just need to know that I can afford this. I understand. So here's what I do. Okay. If you want, because we don't want to be scammy. We don't want to avoid. So if somebody's really, really, really tremendously pushy about the price, here's what I will say, right? If I can't get them on a call and they're insistent on knowing something, what I've done is I've taken my unlimited group fitness, right, which is the lowest thing that you're going to get in my gym. And I took the average number of check-ins, right? The average number of check-ins for my unlimited is 5. All right. And then took that over a 30-day period. It breaks it down to about $10, $11 a class. So here's what I tell them. You know what? I understand. My lowest memberships start at $10 a class and go up from there. Can we hop on a call now? If I don't hear from them after that, you gotta wipe your hands clean of it, and you've got to just move on, right? So that is what I try to. So I'm going to give you something. Hey, look, my lowest, and I'm sorry, I add a little extra to that. If group fitness is appropriate for you, my lowest offerings start at $10 a class and go up from there. Can we hop on that call now? Because my process is discovery call into consult, then into membership. But do you see how I did that there? I gave them something, but I gave them a small number because I didn't want them to try to have to digest $189 to $220. I didn't want to get through membership packages. And if you do that through text message, you're never going to get them into the gym. You're giving them all the information that they need, and then they're never going to come down, right? How does that sound for you guys? Does that make sense? Amanda says something. I forgot we also have a responsive. Tell me your goals. And we put together a personalized quote for you and set up a call. We never give money via text as a policy. Yes, that's great. Yes, I love that. I hear a lot of tell me your goals, right? I want to share something with you guys. Excuse me. Oh, the voice is going as I keep talking. All right. I want to talk to you guys and then about the goals question. Tell me your goals. When I haven't met, everything that we do in order to sell memberships it's all about building trust, right? I'm a human being who's trying to connect to another human being to try to understand what's going on in their life so that I can try to help them succeed. If you ask me via text message or when we just first sit down without building rapport, tell me about your goals, I'm going to put all my layers up and I'm going to get very, very guarded. Right? I'm going to be very guarded. That's just me personally. I've been in this industry for 16 years. The tell me your goals question is a question that I dislike. I like to ask it a different way. And I prefer asking it on a phone call or in person because it goes off much better. But here's how I ask you goals, right? So I'm gonna do Amanda, right? So Amanda, let's do a little role play really quick, okay? Role play with me. All right. So let's do, I'm going to role play a quick discovery call with you. Who does discovery calls? Raise your hand. Anybody do discovery calls? All right, perfect. I'm going to role play a quick discovery call with you. All right. And I want you guys to see how I ask her what her goals are without asking the question. You ready? All right. Hey, Amanda, thank you so much for taking the time to hop on a call today. I'm sorry I was a minute late, but I am busy and I've got another call after this. I know your time is just as valuable as mine. So just a couple quick questions and I'm going to jump right into it. When it comes to your health and fitness right now, what are you struggling with the most? Is it getting to the gym and working out, your nutrition, accountability, maybe all of the above? Quickly, tell me what's been going on with you, Amanda.
Yeah, I think just struggling with snacking between meals and, controlling what I eat compared to what the kids eat. And I just need to get control of that.
So your nutrition. So the nutrition's really been the biggest problem. Do you work out?
I try to, but it's tough to get to the gym often enough to really burn off what I'm eating. I know I'm eating a bunch of crap and probably need to work out harder.
Yeah. Where do you go to the gym now? Like, where do you go?
Oh, Planet Fitness, $10 a month, super easy.
Awesome. And when was the last time you went to Planet Fitness 3 to 4 times a week consistently for 90 days or more?
Oh gosh, at least 3 months ago.
Okay. What's been going on in the last 3 months that's been preventing you from getting there?
Oh, just kids' schedules and everything.
So it sounds like you've really been like prioritizing the kids and the family ahead of yourself, huh? And that's caused you to get a little extra snacky and it's caused you to put down the gym a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I feel like I need to be focused on them, but, starting to feel worse about myself.
Well, man, I have good news for you. You're not alone. I hear this so much, right? Busy moms prioritizing the kids and the family and everything else that they end up eating girl dinner and snacking in between and not really focusing on themselves, focusing on their families first. And so you're not alone. But I want to ask you, a question, right? So say you come down in the gym, we get you involved in a program and I get you working out again 3 to 4 times a week consistently. We get you eating better and planning out your meals better, and so that you're not just snacking off the kid's plate. What's going to be different for you 3 to 6 months from now?
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like I'd have more energy and be able to keep up with the kids a little bit more.
Yeah. So so having more energy and being able to keep up with the kids, it's going to make things a lot better for you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, those are amazing reasons why, right? You know, you have kids, you want to have the energy to keep up with them. You want to be the best mom that you can be. And really and truly, Amanda, that's the best reason in the world to get this thing back on track. Let me ask you a question, Amanda. Are you ready to get started right now?
I mean, I feel like it's going to be tough with the schedule.
Absolutely. Well, we can work on that together when we get together. All right. Do you have 30 minutes for me today or tomorrow? You can come down and we can get this. But here you go. That was the discovery call, right? Did you see how I got those goals out of her? Who heard her goals? Tell me, what were her goals? More energy, right? Be a better mom, be a better wife, right? Prioritize her health and fitness. I got her goals out of her without asking her goals. And then I used that. And did you see what I did? I repeated them back to her. Okay. That is the art in doing that. Because remember what I told you about self-awareness. Sometimes people don't understand those whys. They don't understand what's going on. And so by asking the right questions and then repeating the information that comes out so that they can hear it, helps them identify, oh, wait, you're right. Right? Because at first she wasn't really giving me a lot. And you did, actually, Amanda, you did a great job with that. So thank you so much for your help. You did such a really good job because you didn't just give it to me, right? You were a tough cookie. You gave me that outer layer. I always think of the movie Shrek, right? I'm like an onion. I have layers, donkey, right? That's people. They're onions. They have layers. When you meet a person via phone and via in person, right? All those layers are up. You got to peel some of those back. And listen, don't get me wrong. Some people are going to come in and they're open books like me. I mean, I'm the easiest sale in the world. You ask me questions, I'm going to tell you my whole life story, right? But some people are like, they're extremely guarded, right? They don't want to share. They're like, I don't know about you yet, right? But asking the right questions and then repeating the right information can help you soften them up and get through those layers. So at first it was like, hey, I'm just too snacky. Okay, so you're having problems with nutrition. She didn't tell me that she was having problem. I teed it up for her. I said, are you struggling with fitness, nutrition, accountability? What's going on? Right. She went right to the nutrition piece, right? Just eat like crap. Okay. But are you going to the gym? Well, and then she's like, well, and then she says, well, I'm not so much, right? And then I asked, when was the last time you went 3 to 4 times a week consistently for 90 days? And she told me like 3-4 months ago. So now I keyed in on that. Hey, what's been going on in the last 3 to 4 months that's been preventing you from get to the gym? And she told me the kids stuff. And then I repeated it. So prioritizing everybody else except for yourself has gotten in the way. And because of that, it's led to snackiness, right? And now it's led you to this place where you're like, I've got to do something, right? And she's like, yes. And then I did that goals. And that was my goals question, by the way. I painted the picture. If I get you to come down to the gym and I help you reprioritize your health and fitness, I get you working out 3 to 4 days a week, we get your nutrition under control. What's going to be different for you? And she went right to it. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have more energy to keep up with my kids. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then I repeated it back to her. That was her goal. That was her goals and whys. She wants to prioritize her health and fitness so that she can have more energy to keep up with her kids. Now, if we were in person, right? And I had my tissue box and I was ready for it. That's the point where I'm going to be like, hey, when did you notice that you were not keeping up with the kids anymore? Did something happen? Right? Was there an incident? Was something happen? Right? And that's when you start getting those like, yeah, I was at field day at school and all the moms were running around and I was the one that was out of breath, or I was the mom who, you know what I'm saying? Like these are the responses that you get. But my discovery call, if you saw, I kept it short and sweet, right? I wanted to get a little bit of the onion, but I didn't want to get all the way because I wanted to get you in person so that we can connect together and I can really dive deeper on these questions, right? And then what I do when I bring you in for that no sweat intro, right, is we're just going to revisit these things again. But now I'm just going to go deeper in the layer of the onion. Because now instead of having 5 to 7 minutes, I'm going to have 20 to 30 minutes. And if I can get all the way down to the layer of that onion, right, I'm willing to bet that somebody like Amanda's fake person who said it's been 3 months, I'm willing to bet I can find out that it's been longer than 3 to 4 months since she's really gone to the gym. I bet you I can find out that there was more than just the kids there. I'm willing to bet that there was a lot more going on there, but she was forthcoming enough to give me enough information to know that A, we definitely can help her. B, I'm very aware that she's not self-prioritizing and that we're going to have to find a way to show her that how to prioritize her health and fitness and still be a great mom and a wife and take care of her kids and her family, right? And how to incorporate some healthy eating. So when she came in for the no sweat, there's nothing that I'm going to present to her that's not going to include nutrition, fitness, and accountability, because that's what she's struggling with the most. Does that all make sense to you guys? What do you guys think about that? Oh, by the way, did you notice in that discovery call, I didn't let her ask a question? As soon as she was finished answering my question, the next question was up. Did you hear what I said to you guys? Back it up. Did you hear what I said to you guys when we were texting about like, oh yeah, I'll be love to answer your questions. Let's get on a quick call, right? I already know what your questions are. I don't want you to ask them. So the best way to do a discovery call is to not let them do it. Excuse me. Voice is getting worse. And the best way is to not let them ask questions, because if they ask you questions on that call, they're going to ask you the wrong ones. It's going to be price and classes and, you know, things like that. So I like to be very quick and poignant. And then that last question, like I said, are you ready to get started right now? That's important, because when she says, are you ready to get started right now? My follow-up was, great. Are you coming in tonight or tomorrow? Because that's when I need you to come in. You need to come in tonight or tomorrow, not next week. Next week is not now. Next week is down the road, and you've been kicking this can down the road the last 3 or 4 months, Amanda. So let's get you started now, because hey, the holidays are coming, and if I don't get you started now, you're going to kick this can down the road another 6 weeks, and where will you be then? Right? How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I thought that was awesome. What are you thinking in that process of you're just asking furthering questions? Like, for example, when she was saying that she's a bit snacky, obviously you can link that to food. Like, is there anything you're thinking generally in that process of asking questions?
So like, I guess is your question, like when we meet in person, like how much deeper
Yeah.
we go into all those things? Listen, the answer is as deep as I need to expose the root cause of the problem.
Yeah.
Right? I know like 90% of the questions that I ask are kind of rhetorical, because I know that at the end of the day, the reason that you're sitting across from me is because you're struggling with, you know, getting to the gym and prioritizing that, right? Having a plan when it comes to your nutrition, and then holding yourself accountable over a period of time long enough to actually show a result. So everything that I'm really asking is more for the client, for them to verbalize that, and then for me to say it back to them so that they can hear it, so that we can solve that other problem, which is self-awareness. Because if we can expose all of those things and then make them self-aware of the problem, then I can offer to them something different than what they've been doing in the past, right? Imagine you have somebody, I want you to just think about people that you've come across, right? Think about people, whether they work out in your gym or not. Maybe you know these people in your real life, right? These people who like work out and they've got 2 gym memberships, 3 gym memberships, but you never really notice that they ever change. Like their body never changes. Maybe they'll fluctuate 5-10 pounds, but they're always working out, but you never really see them making any changes, right? And oftentimes these people go through like ups and downs, right? Where they're like, man, they're all into the gym, all into eating, they're on this new fad, and then the next time you see them, they're doing absolutely nothing, right? These roller coaster people. And that's because, like I just said, they struggle with consistency and accountability, and then the self-awareness to realize that. So what happens is that they jump gym to gym, program to program. I'm in Orange Theory this year. Next year, I'm at F45. Then I'm going to go to CrossFit. Then I'm going to try a metabolic. I like to be the person to like pull out the consistent pattern of inconsistency, right? Whatever they tell me, what they've been doing in the past, I immediately dig to that question that I asked Amanda. And I said, when was the last time you attended XYZ gym 3 to 4 times a week consistently enough to get over 90 days? Right. And if somebody tells me, well, I can't remember, or I don't remember, or it's been a while, I will then dig in on that and be like, well, would you say then that one of the biggest issues is that just that prioritization to stay consistent enough to yield a result? I'll look at people, I'll say, what's going to be different this time for you, right? If you've struggled at Orange Theory to get consistent, if you struggled at F45 to get consistent results, what's going to be different for you here in my program if you just jump into group fitness without changing inside, without changing the things that have been bothering you or plaguing you throughout all these other programs, right? This gives you the opening to offer personalized interventions. This gives you the opening to say, hey, look, maybe you should try it differently this time. Hey, look, maybe you should do it differently this time. For your metabolic gyms, you guys are all about that 4 and 5 times a week. What's going to be different this time is we don't want you here unless you're going to come 4 to 5 times a week, and we're going to hold you accountable to it. Somebody's going to call you. This is how you're able to draw the difference in that sales presentation between you and them, right? And so exposing these, digging to these whys, exposing these problems are the stepping stone for those of you who are either A, trying to draw the difference between your program that has higher accountability and them, or B, somebody who desperately needs personalized interventions like nutrition, like on-ramp or semi-private private training, or a hybrid of. It's easier for you to leverage those at the beginning by showing them, hey, look, let me help you create a pattern of consistency and prioritization for your first 90 days and change this cycle for you. And then we can talk about what comes next. It could be a life-changing conversation for somebody, right? Questions? Talk to me. Let me get some hot tea. Amanda, how was that example for you?
It was good. It's very similar to, we do a lot of role play for Healthy Steps Nutrition. So
yes,
kind of just, that's probably why nutrition was front of mind. But I thought it was great to, like you said, not allow them to ask any questions. Just, you're the expert. You already know what they need and you know what they're looking for. You're just trying to kind of dive down to their why and target that transformational identity to figure out like where they want to end up and how you're going to help them get there.
correct. I really find that it's so important. The one takeaway that I always want you guys to have is I want you guys to be able to position yourselves as experts in your community, because you are experts. You guys are out here changing lives every day. But the only way to change somebody's life truly is they have to give themselves up to the process and listen to you. Right? So everything that you say, everything that you do, crafting your responses to text messages, the way you talk to them on the phone, the way you craft your no sweat intro, all should set you up to get out from them the correct information so that you can present to them options that will actually yield them a result. Because at the end of the day, no matter how good you are at sales, if you don't get people involved in the right programs in your gyms, they will churn out, right? If you don't, at some point, you've got to get them a result or they will churn. So you've got to set them up for that failure or success by what you offer them. If somebody's struggling with consistency and accountability, has tried other programs in the past, and you let them just take another group fitness membership without any type of intervention that's going to help them with this problem, you could pretty much count on them churning out in 6 to 9 months, right? And so that's what I lead with. I'm very honest with people. I'd say, look, even after I've gone through the presentation, it's too much. I've overcome those objections. I've done everything that I can. And they're just like, look, I just want a group fitness membership. You know what? I'll be honest with them. I say, listen, I got to be honest with you. Based on everything that we've talked about here today, I'm not sure that jumping into a group fitness membership is going to ultimately lead you into the result that you're looking for. I truly believe that you need XYZ to start, but here's what I will do. I'll give you an opportunity to prove me wrong. and then I set the table. My goal is to see you come 3 to 4 times a week and get your nutrition dialed in. If you feel like you can do that on your own, then great. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to meet you here in 4 weeks for 10 minutes. And we're going to go over your first 30 days. I'm going to look at 2 things. I'm going to look at your check-ins. Did you come 3 to 4 times a week? Can I see 12 to 16 check-ins? And then I'm going to put you on my InBody and I'm going to look for a result. And if you did, then you have proven me wrong. And I'm so excited for you. Go get him, Tiger, right? But if you don't, you have to promise me that we'll revisit this conversation because I truly just want to see you succeed. Who's going to say no to that? But it also gives you another opportunity to revisit, right? Sometimes people are skeptical. Sometimes they don't believe in you. Sometimes maybe they don't believe in themselves. Maybe they're not ready to take that step, right? Maybe they're not ready. That's okay. But if I can get you to take action on at least one thing, okay, so we're going to do the group fitness. Even though I think you need more, at least we'll start there. It's better than nothing. But allow me the opportunity to at least help you track this. But in the first 4 weeks, let's make sure you're staying on track. Let's make sure you get here 12 to 16 times. Let's make sure you're moving the needle on the InBody. Because if you're not, let's talk about what we can do to get you there. Make sense? Paula, our nutrition coach recently moved to another state, so we currently don't offer nutrition coaching. What do you recommend in this case? Paula, are you asking about like, do you like what we recommend as far as like nutrition coaching, or if somebody is struggling with nutrition and you don't currently have nutrition in your program? Hi, Paula.
Hi. So yes, so if someone is struggling with nutrition,
Yeah.
but at this moment we don't have a nutrition coach, a nutritionist, or someone on the floor that can help,
Mhm.
how do I manage that?
Yeah, absolutely. So professionally, right, unless you're a certified nutrition coach or a registered dietitian, right, it is depending on state, but I mean, it's kind of a scope of practice thing that, you know, you shouldn't be giving people, you know, meal plans, et cetera, et cetera. You can direct them to places, but, you know, you could partner with another company, or you could partner with somebody in your area if you want to offer or present nutrition, or you could always just point people to something that you believe is a really good product. I know Amanda and I don't know if there's any other people on the call, we're all HSN people. So, you know, we believe in having that. I will tell you, if you are looking to have nutrition in your program, I definitely highly recommend a DFY system like a Healthy Steps Nutrition, something that has it already done for you, that will train you and have everything that you need, because you can't, I find that when you have the nutrition in-house, it gives you all of the control, right? You're able to control that piece, you're able to add it. And then the nutrition coaches, as they leave, whatever, you just replace them. But you as the owner, you can always step in and take over in the interim, right? So having that DFY service that's good with the deliverables and everything already done for you with the HSN, and there's other models out there that all do the same thing, but basically they do everything for you. You just literally have to physically be present to meet with those people, right? To ask the questions, to be the coach, but all the programming and the stuff like that's already done for you, which is great. And when you handle that stuff in-house, it gives you the ability to really manage all of that stuff and of course increase and maximize your revenue and offer higher ticket on-ramps, because now you're adding that nutrition piece into your on-ramp, which is
I'm in the process of studying for it, but
awesome.
it's taking, just because we're changing and doing so much, it's taking just a little longer. So I'm not, you know, I have knowledge and everything, but I don't want to, you know, so.
I always say, if you don't have a solid program that you feel good about the deliverables, I would just refer them somewhere else in the meantime, right?
Find something. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Robert, what were you saying? Healthy Steps was what?
Oh yeah, Healthy Steps Nutrition. Amanda and I both use it. Anybody else work with HSN here? Healthy Steps Nutrition? No, they're great. I love them. There's another good one. Yep. Bye, Amanda. Thank you. Prosper is out there. Who else? What's the other big one? Healthy Steps, Precision Nutrition. Look, as a gym owner, I always believe that if you want to bring in if you want to bring in nutrition, it's always best to partner with a company that will bring it in for you. DFY. Yep. Coach Catalyst. Thanks, Chad. Yeah. I think it's always better to bring in a program that's DFY for you. So that way you're not wearing yet another hat in your gym, but having some DFY nutrition is always a tremendous value add for not just your program, but also for your athletes, right? Because nutrition is the foundation of any goal. And so if we can get them to a place where, you know, you can incorporate that and deliver it effectively, not only is it going to help with your athletes getting better results and affecting churn, but it also will give you more to add in a mid-ticket to high-ticket on-ramp front-end offer, right?
What's DFY?
Done for you, right? Done for you.
you.
Yeah, you want it done for you, right? Like a lot of the nutrition companies that are done for you, they have like their own apps, they have their own programs. So once you put all you have to do really is you have to just be the person, right? The man hour, right? So, hey, I got to meet with this person, do their consult, then you add them to the app, and then they deliver the program and the deliverables, and you just meet with them for the accountability piece and make sure that they stay on track. And that's always the best way, because then you're letting RDs and people who are certified to do this stuff deliver the programs, and then you're just coaching to the program with just your time.
Okay.
This was good. This was great, you guys. I think we learned a lot. I hope you guys learned a lot today. If you have any questions for me, always feel free to Slack me any questions that you have. Every week we'll be here Wednesday, 2:30 Eastern time. If you learn something, or if you do something what we learned off of this and you get a win, I would love to hear it in the sales and wins. But other than that, you guys were awesome today. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. But other than that, have a great rest of your day, everybody.
Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye.